Today we are digging the dreaded pier cap. You might ask why I call it the dreaded pier cap. It's because I don't like digging them. Granted, it's part of the job. You got to do what you got to do, but it's really hard to make them turn out good. The ones we're digging here are actually, all of these are going to tie together with a tie beam. So what we've got to do is dig well, let me get some dirt out of the way here and I'll show you. But you gotta see them digging like a cross shape. Well, at some point after the plumbers are done doing what plumbers do, we're gonna come back and tie all these together. So for now they've got to dig out enough space so that they can put the rebar in there. So they'll tie up a rebar pier cap, which is a bunch more rebar that goes in on top of these. And then they will stub out some short pieces of rebar to tie into the tie beams at a later point. So that's what we're doing today. We got a bunch of them to dig. Kind of got a late start. We didn't have layout, and then we kind of had some other issues, so sometimes that happens. Monday after Thanksgiving is a pretty good time for that to happen. I don't think anybody's really ready to go to work today, including me. Oh, but I'm here. So these ones up against the wall are really loose packed. This dirt, the dirt out in the middle here is undisturbed soil. It's never been dug before. And the stuff up against the wall, they had to come in, they had to dig down, put in the shoring or the, what am I thinking? What's the word I'm thinking of there? It's a shoring system, basically. It's a concrete wall that come in, dig 4 foot down, and they pour another section of it. So that wall was poured from top to bottom, a little bit backwards. But they wanted to get it down below footing grade, so they had to go down another 4 foot. Deeper than top of dirt grade. Hopefully that made sense to you. This is not complicated, it's just aggravating because you can't get all the dirt out of the hole. And they just don't turn out looking real nice usually because they're so deep and you're trying to cut these corners square. Down at the bottom, they're about 3.5 foot deep. Basically, I'm digging down to the top of the concrete cap, or the top of where they stop the concrete on the pier. And then there's a whole bird nest of rebar coming out of the top of that pier. That's where the sand is. I can't dig that out because of the rebar. So, like I say, it's just a little frustrating. It takes a lot of time. I mean, it's good money. It's easy money. I mean, but a 1 foot bucket, you just can't hardly put dirt in it. Dirt would rather go around it than in it. It's more like a ripper shank. It's not really a digging tool. probably mentioned it before, but anything below about an 18-inch bucket isn't very efficient on a backhoe. I mean, you can dig a ditch faster with an 18 than you can a 12. And I almost think you can dig a little bit faster with a 2-foot in certain conditions. It depends on the dirt a lot. Sandy soil doesn't matter quite so much on the bucket shape or size, but if you're digging anything that's hard or anything sticky, if you dig any sticky clay with a 12-inch bucket, it'll be packed full before the day's over, almost guaranteed. So I think we got a few of these dug out. Well, I had a little accident today and broke a tooth off. So I went ahead, took a quickie saw and cut the other two off. I'll tell you what, it's kind of like digging with a 2x4 on the end of your bucket. It doesn't like to dig very good. But I've got one more of these to dig, and then I got to change over to a 2-foot bucket. And we're going to extend out some ditches off of these other piers on the wall. So it's working out. It's a little slower. I dug 2 of them out earlier, and this is the 3rd one. Anyway, sometimes that stuff happens. I was going to leave the other 2 teeth on there, but they were really causing trouble. I mean, when you're trying to dig down around that concrete pier cap, and you got a snaggle tooth, you got 2 teeth on one side and no teeth on the other, it just don't work very well. So this doesn't work very well either, but at least I can dig a clean flat bottom in it. I'm not really digging dirt today, I'm just punishing the crap out of it. This is some pretty hard stuff right here too. So anyway, ain't nothing but a thing. It happens. I've broke teeth before off buckets. I've broke that 30-inch bucket more than once, but anyway, we can suffer through this a little bit, and then we'll be back to digging with a decent sized bucket here in a little bit. It's a struggle. It's a struggle digging with a blunt instrument. But it's turning out actually better than I thought it would. But the holes look pretty good that I'm digging. Making these a little bit bigger than the marks because they're having trouble with some of their steel that's coming out a little bit wider. So a little bit more concrete, but not a lot, maybe a couple inches around each side. Which on a hole like this, it really kind of doesn't add up to a lot because you got ditches coming out of both sides of it anyway, so it's not just a whole lot more volume there than what you would normally, Sometimes it comes down to labor costs more with a shovel than it does in concrete. So anyway. be rain coming in tomorrow, so maybe I'll have a day at home to weld on bucket. Work on my junk a little bit before tomorrow's Thursday. I only have two good days of mechanicking. There's nothing wrong with that. It gives me time to get things right again. When you're one guy and one machine, it's kind of important that your one machine works. So, one guy and 2 or 3 machines, and sometimes you got a backup plan. There is no plan B other than B. Right? Yeah. See a little smoke come out of the hole, that means you hit concrete. Or rocks. Just a weird feeling digging with a blunt instrument. It's just weird. I don't kind of use twice the amount of force. It's a good thing it's a 12-inch bucket because I don't think I could do that with a 24 or a 32 or a 30. Hell, an 18 it'd even be hard to do that with. So anyway. About the easiest thing a guy can do right here, run a backhoe. Alright, got that one pretty much done. I'm gonna clean out this little tie beam. Go around on the other side and dig out another tie beam. The reason I'm doing it this way is I ain't got no teeth. If I had teeth, if I had some sharp teeth, I could actually cut hard dirt. But it's just easier starting out in that pier that's already dug out. Start with a hole that's already there, so anyway, got one more scoop out of this end here. I think there's a little bit more in there. Rod busters are having trouble getting their steel down in there, so we're going to cut them a little bit of a ramp on top. This is not the way we were planning to do this job. We were planning to do all of these footings together. Or at least that was what the guys I worked for was planning to do. But they had to change the plans whenever they said, hey, we got to do something else over here in this hole. So you guys can't be over here working, so we had to kind of shuffle things around a bit to stay going, keep them busy. But it's working out. It'll be alright. update from me and B. We're just breaking teeth. Tearing stuff up today. We don't always tear stuff up, but when we do, by golly. I don't think I'm quite lined up yet. No, not even close. Yeah, it's weird looking without teeth on there. So weird. Yeah, I got that a little deep. Closer. Still not where we need to be though. I was up there cutting that tooth off with a chop saw, quickie saw. The guy that was with me out here said, "Hey, your pants on fire." Sure enough, burnt a big hole in the britches down by my boot. Kind of funny. He got a laugh out of it anyway. Hey, your pants are on fire. These are some of them Wranglers that come, I guess they're pre-stressed or distressed or whatever, I don't know why I buy them, but they're comfortable, but boy, I found out today they're flammable too, so I need to stick with the old original 13 MWZs, I think. Not good to have your pants on fire on a job or anywhere. Probably should have had the video camera running when I was burning my britches up.